Harsha, are you there?
Yes, I.
Okay, let's see how to create lecture now. Yesterday we also discussed about two important components to create the lecture. What was those?
Currency and calendar.
No. What makes up the lecture?
Oh, okay. Debit and credit.
What makes up the entry? I'm not asking. What makes up the lecture?
Accounting setup and accounting options.
Accounting setup as well as accounting options makes up the lecture. What will be there in the accounting setup?
Ledger name, the 3 C's.
Ledger name with the 3 C's. Called as what?
Accounting, 3 C's. Chart of accounts, currency, and calendar.
Okay. Ledger name with the 3 C's called as what?
Accounting setup.
Then what will be there? What is the second component?
Accounting options.
What will be there in the account? Yes.
Retained earnings, that's a must. You have to have retained earnings. I'm sorry, not retained earnings. Yeah, retained earnings. And then you have 5 optional accounts: suspense account, rounding difference, translation adjustment, reserve for encumbrance, and net income, net earnings.
Yes. So you are telling in detail, not required, Sukumar. Accounting setup consists of what? Ledger name and 3 C's. Accounting options consist of what? Information about the mandatory accounts and etc. So A plus B is going to become a ledger. Now today let's go and understand how to create the ledger. To create the ledger, this is a navigation. Hope both you are recording. So you see it all together a different window today. When you go to this ledger creation window, top you see what heading?
Accounting setup manager.
Oracle accounting setup manager. Here can you see what is this here down left side?
Create accounting setup.
Yes. So accounting setup consists of what?
Ledger name and 3 C's.
Okay. Click on create accounting setup. Then it is going to ask you legal entity. Legal entity is very, very important. Must you should know, but not at this stage. I am going to share with you. I am going to share with you once I go little advanced. Maybe at the after the mid of the course we are going to discuss what is this legal entity. As of now, don't worry about this. Here right side you see click on next. Can you see next here? Then it is going to ask you ledger name. Primary ledger name. The ledger name I am going to type it as what? Tata Group ledger. Chart of accounts, I go with list here. I type Tata Group structure, calendar. I type Tata. Currency, INR. So chart of accounts, calendar, currency. What do you mean by accounting method?
Is it like cash account or cash basis or
Accrual basis.
accrual basis?
Both put together you call what?
Accounting method?
Also?
Subledger?
No. Also call it as convention, fourth C. So first three C's with fourth C, that is accounting method, nothing but convention. In what way you differentiate?
Hello?
I am there.
Oh, did you ask something, sir?
Yes, I asked something.
You mean the convention?
Yeah. In what way you
Basically-
differentiate convention with the first three C's?
The accounting method, if it's a cash basis or accrual basis?
That we know that, right? Cash basis and accrual basis both put together you call it as convention.
Okay.
Convention is also called as accounting method. Now I'm asking in what way this accounting method is differed from the three C's. You see, Baba, what is first C?
Chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts or calendar or currency, if you are going to see, for all these three you see here asterisk. What is it?
It's required, mandatory.
Whereas subledger accounting method or accounting method is required or not required.
Not required.
So that is a difference that you need to notice. The first three are different from the fourth C. Clear or not?
Yeah.
The fourth C is optional, not required, not mandatory. Without that also you can able to go and create ledger. But you see the ledger name, the three C's everywhere. You see star, 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 which indicates compulsory. Now here you see reporting currency also we are going to focus, but not now. We have a topic called as MRC, multi-reporting currency. That time we'll discuss about what is this reporting currency. As of now, don't worry about that. It is also not mandatory. Then here you see right side, I got something called as next. I'll click on the next. So what we done, we give primary ledger. But how to come to here? You can simply say create accounting setup. You'll have legal entity. No legal entity is needed now. Click on next. Then you type the ledger called as what? Tata Group ledger, Tata chart of accounts, Tata calendar, currency will be INR. Go with next. Top right side you see we have next, click on next. So what all we selected? We selected the three C's and the ledger name. No accounting method or no reporting is required. Click on what next? Click on next. When you click on next, it is going to give some information. Read this information carefully and please let me know what you followed, both of you.
Okay. So once you save this primary ledger, then you won't be able to make any changes to it. So if you want to make any changes, you have to do it now, and you can do that by clicking the back button and making your changes.
Yes. So for this lecture, what we selected currency called as INR. For this lecture, we selected calendar called as Tata calendar. For this lecture, we selected the what we call chart of accounts called as Tata group structure. Tata group structure, Tata calendar, and currency. If in case you don't want that currency, or you want different currency or different calendar, it is better you select now. Once you click on finish, you are unable to make any changes. Are you following my point?
Yeah.
So it is asking you would like to proceed or what. No, but anyway, before you proceed, if you feel comfortable also, before you go and click on finish, it is Oracle recommending what, go back to your structure. Just go back to your structure, pull out your structure, that is Tata group structure, click on compile. Pull out your structure, just recompile it. How to recompile? Don't unfreeze it, again freeze it, simply go and compile. Once you compile it, there is nothing but recompiling. Recompile your structure. Then you can go ahead with finish. Can you see your finish right side top?
Yeah.
Click on finish. Once you say finish, your something is completed. What is your something is completed? Please let me know once you read this. Yes, Harsha, what you followed?
Sorry, I have a question. Why do we need to compile once again?
Because after freezing the structure, we created as values, right? We freezed
You mean
it,
the
segment values, companies we created 5, departments we created 5, accounts we created 18, all this we done after creation of the structure. After freezing the structure, we created the values. Once you recompile it, it is going
I
to,
think we compiled it then, right? After creating values only we compiled it, right?
after creation of values, we never compile. After creation of the structure, we compiled it.
Okay.
After creation of structure, after freezing the structure, we compiled it. Not after creation of values.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, what I understood is like, I mean, over here we can, the accounting structure is saved, and the options like accounting setup, is it actual basis or cost basis, that can be done now or later also.
No?
They're saying that for accounting options, as in you have to select at least that one mandatory retained earnings account. Or so you can do that now, or you can do that later. So before you go further, before you start posting to this ledger, you have to have that one mandatory account. You have to set up the retained earnings account.
We completed the first component, that is accounting setup, which got ledger name with the 3 C's. Now system is saying that only accounting setup is over, gentlemen. Accounting option still left out. Ledger option still left out. First you completed only accounting setup. Don't be under the impression that you created your ledger. You also required to set up accounting options or ledger options. Once you do that, then your ledger will be ready. And it's also saying that you have time now to create the accounting options, you can create now. You don't have time now, don't create now, you can come back later and you can create the accounting options or the ledger options later. So only component A is over, creation of the ledger and the selection of the 3 C's. So here you see define accounting options or ledger options. I am moving now. Primary ledger, Tata Group ledger, setup step. In that setup step we got accounting options, ledger options, reporting currency, balancing segment values, sequencing. We got 4 options: ledger options, reporting currencies, balancing segment values, sequencing. And all the status should get changed to right mark, right, green color, right mark. All the 4 should get enabled, right mark. Once it is all the 4 is over, then your ledger also will get over. But initially here you see primary ledger name is what? Tata Group ledger. This also got information about the 3 C's. Now first setup step, I select the ledger options. Do remember setup step number 1 is what? Number 1 is what? Ledger options we have.
Yeah.
I go to update. Right side, can you see update? Before that status, what is the status you see? First one.
In progress.
Next to that, what you see?
Pencil. Update.
First one you see update. So here you see standard information will be displayed. What do you mean by standard information? The ledger options, whatever we are, in the ledger, whatever we selected, like 3 C's we selected, right? You remember the Tata Group structure, the calendar, currency, whatever you selected, it is going to display. Whatever you already selected, it is going to display now when you go to update. I go to update. Now you see whatever we already selected in the ledger, it is going to show you. Tata Group ledger, you see currency, we already selected, it is going to show you. Chart of accounts, it is going to show you. Calendar, it is going to show you. Here you see heading, what is the standard information? Standard information will be by default displayed by system. The short name you want to, for every ledger that you create, system is going to create ID. For every ledger, whatever you create, system is going to create ID. For this, the ID system has created is what? 1079. This is the ID system has created. Now, if in case you don't want this ID, you can also change the same ledger name, like Tata Group ledger. So standard information will be displayed by system. That means it is coming from where? It is coming from the accounting setup. The accounting setup, whatever we already done, the same thing is going to continue in the accounting options. It is going to display, you are trying to create accounting options for this accounting setup which you already made. Standard information will be displayed by the system. Just click on next on the top. Don't do anything. Even short name also you don't require to change. Short name is your wish. You want to change, you can change, otherwise not required. Click on next. Then retained earnings. Here it is asking retained earnings. Before retained earnings, what you see here?
Mandatory.
Monetary. So as we discussed already that to create the ledger, apart from the 3 C's, you require retained earnings. So here I go for search. Company. Again search. You can select any company. You can select any department out of 5. No order is required. But order is required when you select the mandatory account. So it is asking retained earnings. I am also giving retained earnings M01. M01 is retained earnings. C01 Tata Steels. D01 Finance Department. M01 retained earnings. Down left side create. System is going to create a combination. C1, D1, M1. Company 1, Department 1 mandatory account. Any company out of 5 you can choose. Any department out of 5 you can choose. Retained earnings. It is asking retained earnings. Make sure that you pick only retained earnings. So M01 is what? Retained earnings. Similarly, suspense account is required or not required, compulsory or not compulsory. It is not at all compulsory. But still, if in case you would like to give it, you can also assign it. Company, any one of the 5 companies you can choose, any one of these. Department. Accounts. So retained earnings is there. Now it is asking suspense, but suspense is not available. Click on top right side, you see here next is the next 10. Now you see next 10 when you type M02 suspense. So C1, D1, M02. C1, D1, M02. Click on create. C1, D1, M02. Then you see it is asking rounding. Company. Any one of the company. Department. Any one of the department. Accounts. Any one of the accounts. No, not any one of the accounts. It's asking rounding, make sure that you take only rounding. C1, D1, M03. So retained earnings, M01, suspense account, M02, rounding difference, M03. Company part, department part, your wish. Any company out of 5, any department out of 5 you can choose. But rounding difference, M03. Now here you see translation adjustment account. Any company as per your wish you can choose. Any department you can choose. Any accounts. No, not any accounts. You choose the appropriate account. Appropriate account is translation. Create. C1, D1, M04. M1, M2, M3, M4. Now you may ask me, sir, what is this general approval? What is this intra? We'll see one by one, not at this stage. As of now, we require to give 4 mandatory accounts. I give all the 4 mandatory accounts. Retained earnings I gave, suspense I gave, rounding I gave, I also given translation. After giving this, you click on what? Next, top right side you see, next is there, down also you got next, click on next. Then it is going to ask you reserve for encumbrance. This is also 5th mandatory account. As of now, we are not doing any budgets. Budget is there, then reserve for encumbrance is needed. Budget is nothing but other day we discussed forecasting, planning, predicting. So here you see budget. Here you see budget. So as of now, no budget. Don't worry about that. Click on next. You get a preview. What all we done till now. it is going to show you the preview. The ledger name, the short name, the currency, chart of accounts, calendar, period name. The first period is what? January. As per this calendar, January is the first period. The monetary account 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, it is going to show you like a print preview. Everything you will feel comfortable, you can click on finish. Otherwise, you feel that not comfortable, you can click on what? Back. I click on finish now. So here you require to see 2 changes by this time. What is the 2 changes?
There's a check mark next to the status, under the status. And there's a...
the status got checked.
yeah, and there's a link. It's the Tata Group Ledger is now a hyperlink.
What was earlier?
It was just plain text.
No. Harsha.
I mean, the color got changed. It's a mandatory setup, but the color got changed. Earlier it was black, now it's turned to blue.
What was there earlier? My question, you please listen to me. So step number 1, below that, what was there earlier? Earlier you got ledger options. Earlier what was there? Earlier you got ledger options. Ledger options now got changed to what? Tata Group Ledger. So we done with what? We done with first setup step. That is ledger options is done. You can see status. You see when you put the cursor there, what it is saying? It's saying that it is complete. Let's move on to reporting currency. Second one, reporting currency. Reporting currency, go with update. Here, as per Tata Group Ledger, what is the functional currency? Our functional currency is what? Local currency is what?
Indian rupees.
INR. If in case you would like to report in dollars to someone, click on what? Add reporting. Down left side you see add reporting. If at all I want to report in dollars, you can select USD. If at all you want to report in GBP, Great Britain pound, you change it to GBP. You want to change it in AUD, you can change it to AUD. Likewise, you can select multiple reporting currency. But as of now, I am not selecting any reporting currency. I simply say cancel. But if in case you want to add, how to add? You can go to add reporting currency. Add the currency which you want to report. But currently, I am not going to show any reporting. We have got a topic called as I told you initially, MRC, multi-reporting currency we have. So when I go to that particular topic, you will see how to report in multiple currencies. But as of now, no multiple reporting currency that I am choosing. Without adding anything, without choosing anything, simply say what? Click on complete. Right side down you see complete. Reporting currency, complete. Then balancing segment values. What are balancing segment values? What all balancing segment values? What are balancing segment values? Balancing segment values. What are balancing segment values?
The values applying to the company segments.
How can you say? How can you say?
For company segment, we assigned a balancing segment as the
What is it? Balancing segment.
as the
What is it? What do you mean by balancing? What is it basically balancing segment?
I can remember.
It's called as flex field qualifier.
That's like it's a flex field
Qualifier.
There you go.
So flex field qualifier was the one which we given to company segment. Now it is asking company segment values. Click on update. Add balancing segment values. Go. How many values you see? 5 values you see. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. If in case I selected only C1, C2, C3, C4, C1, 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 C2, C3, the future you are allowed to enter the data only for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are not allowed to enter any data in the future. It will allow the user to enter data only for 1, 2, 3. Though you created values, like 4 and 5 values already created, but those values you are not allowed to enter in the future in this particular lecture. In this lecture, it is not going to allow you to enter the data. You select all, select none, select all, selecting all, then go with what? Select. You see I am selecting all the 5 companies. In top right side you see we got complete, click on complete. Now you see balancing segment values also complete. Then I go with what? Sequencing, go with update. Here status, what you see for sequencing? In progress. Simply make it as complete, say apply. With this the sequence also got complete. Here you see we got primer lecture called as Tata primer lecture, and you can also have secondary lecture if at all you want to have. But as of now we are not going to focus on any secondary lecture. Let us try to build the confidence on only primer lecture. Once we masterize it, if required we'll see secondary lecture also. But as of now you worry about only primer lecture. The primer lecture is what? Tata primer lecture. Second lecture, don't get into that. Down right side you see we got something called as what now? Complete. Just click on complete. Once you click on complete, your lecture will about to get complete. Then let me go with complete. Without giving any secondary lecture, I will go with complete. Shall I proceed, gentlemen?
Yeah.
I click on complete. I am clicking on complete. Complete. Now you got a warning. What is this warning like? Why it is giving this warning? What is the reason behind giving this warning? Please read and let me know what you followed.
So after you complete this process, then there are certain things that you cannot delete.
Deletion of certain components are not allowed. What is the deletion of certain components? How many balancing segment values we added?
5.
What are there? C1 to C5.
Right.
Tomorrow for this Tata Group lecture, you say that I don't want 4 and 5. Today you added 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many added? 5. Tomorrow you say that 4 and 5 you want to remove it. You don't want to use those. 4 and 5 you don't want to use. Such case, that case, system is not going to allow you to delete those. Deletion of those, system is not at all going to allow you. Not only that, you can add it. Adding is not a problem, but deletion is not possible. And one more. How many reporting currencies that we choose?
None.
Yes, I shown you how to choose, but I never choose any reporting. What is the functional currency? I am not asking. Our functional currency, we know that's INR. But what is the reporting currencies that we choose? None of the reporting currencies I shown you to choose. We discussed that we are going to see at the time of MRC the multi-reporting currency. As of now, I didn't choose any reporting currency. No reporting currency have been chosen. Let us assume that we already chosen. Let us assume that we already taken, like USD, GBP, AUD, like the three currencies we already selected as the reporting currency. But in the future, let us assume that Australia operations we closed, and we don't require to do in the reporting for anyone in Australia. Operations got closed, and tomorrow you want to delete the AUD, Australian dollar currency you would like to remove. System is not going to allow the user to delete any one of the reporting currency. Here you see, prevent deletion of certain components such as legal entities, legal entity you don't know, balancing segment values, that is nothing but C1 to C5, and reporting currency. What is the reporting currency? If at all you already choose any reporting currency, you can't able to delete those. Is this clear? Do you want to continue? You want to continue? Go with what? Yes. You have just completed the accounting setup. There is startup group, ledger, the general ledger accounting setup program. It is going to give some ID. The ID last 4 digits you remember, 0456. With this ID, we can able to make out whether our ledger is okay or not. Now you can say what? Close window, go to view, go to request, a program completed normal. That means there is no issues in the ledger. The ledger whatever we created, the ledger is perfect. No issues in the ledger. Likewise, how many ledgers I can create? Forget about Tata. Tata is one ledger I created. I want to become expertise in Oracle application, the two ledger creation. So for practice purpose, I can create Tata, Birla, Reliance, like Oracle, like any ledger, any name you can give, Hindustan, Godrej, you can give any ledger, Asus, anything you can create. Akkad, any ledger you can create. What is it?
Inside of, you mean like you can create any number of ledgers inside of using the same chart of accounts?
Same chart of accounts, how it will work, it won't work, right? Different chart of accounts. Same process, different chart of accounts. Godrej companies. Calendar can able to use the same calendar. No issues in using same calendar. Currency also can use same currency, same calendar. But chart of account should be different, right?
Okay.
So likewise, how many ledgers I can create? So many ledgers. You can create hell number of ledgers. Doesn't matter. But you can create, though you create 10 ledgers or 20 ledgers, but you are not allowed to enter the data to all the ledgers at a time. You will be allowed to access only one ledger at a time. Only one ledger you can able to connect. So how to connect our ledger we'll try to understand. Here we got something called as profile. Go to other profile. When you go to other profile here, in this profile window, how many columns you see?
3.
What is that?
Profile name, default value, user value.
Yes. When you go to this window, you need to say F11. F11 is what? Query enter mode. just type F11 GL percentage control plus F11. I repeat again, open the window, first F11, then type GL percentage, then say control plus F11. Control plus F11 is what? Query execute. Then say page down for 2 times. Here you see GL data access set is a profile. The importance of this profile is what? Using this profile you can able to correct your ledger. Using the help of this ledger, this profile, using the help of this profile, you can able to connect to your ledger. So what is the default value here? You see vision operations. US is the default ledger. Who created this ledger? This ledger is being created by the Oracle. Next to that you see user value. Select the list. Type T. The name T. You got only one ledger. It can be Tata, it can be Leo primary ledger, it can be Lanco ledger. So here you see currently we select what? Our ledger. What is our ledger? Tata Group ledger. Give the ledger to the profile and save it. Down you see transaction complete, one record upload and save. By giving the user value, you will be able to connect to the ledger whatever you created. How to go around? Go to other profile, type F11, GL percentage, control plus F11, page down for 2 times here. Here you see user value. When you give, the importance is given to user value. If no user value is there, I remove the user value, then importance is given to the default value. So now no user value, importance is given to default value. But if user value is going to come there, like Tata, the importance is given to the user value. So I given Tata Group ledger, then we will see which ledger we connected. So how do you know? You simply say what? Journal enter. It's only just for blind find. What is that? Journal enter, blind find. How do you know which ledger I connected? Are you connected? How do you know? Journal enter. Behind this you see Tata Group ledger. What is the ledger? That Tata Group ledger. Now I again, what you do? Again what I will do? I'll go to what? Other, profile, GL, percentage, control plus F11, page down for 2 times, then remove the Tata ledger. I remove the Tata ledger in the user value. As I told you just now, whenever there is no user value, the importance is given to the default value. So user value I removed it. Let us try which ledger we connected. How to know? Simply say journal enter. Now you see Vision Operations USA. This is a ledger. How do you know? Journal enter. Behind this you see Vision Operations. Why Vision Operations? Because no user value, importance is given to the default value. Now again let me do the process again. I go to others, profile, GL percentage, control plus F11, page down for 2 times. Then here you go with what? Tata ledger, save it. Whenever the user value is there, the importance is given to the user value. So I given this, I saved it. After saving this, let's see, I go with what? Journal enter. Top you see Tata Group ledger. Anytime the user value is there, the importance is given to Tata or Birla, or anytime, any number of ledgers you create, you need to assign to the profile. Only when you assign to the profile, you can able to connect to that ledger. What is the name of the profile? The profile, go to others, profile, F11, GL percentage, control plus F11, page down, 2 times. The profile name is what? GL data access set. Vision Operations is a default ledger created with Oracle. After that, you will be assigning your ledger. It could be Tata, it could be Birla, it could be Reliance, it could be anything. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Fine, Sukumar, let me stop for today. Fine, Harsha, let us close the class for today. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Right, gentlemen, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
The organizer has